Welcome to our executive interview series at FedTalks, presented by FedScoop. I'm Wyatt Cashin. We're here with Mark Gorak, Director of Cyber Academic Engagement and Principal Director of Resources and Analysis at the Department of Defense. Mark, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
One of the places I'd like to start is talk to us a little bit about your priorities on behalf of DOD relative to the cyber workforce initiatives that you're taking.
Right. Thanks for the opportunity. So we set out to do 5 priorities for fiscal year 25. The number one priority I have and I set for the team is skills-based hiring. So when I say skills-based hiring, I'm talking about actually putting people in a range, a cyber range, and testing their capability to actually do a job at a certain level. So we get their, totally merit-based. I no longer am concerned about your resume, your pedigree, your experience, your education. I want to know what you can do today. And we are able to do that because we have all of our skills, 74 work roles defined with knowledge, skills, abilities, and tasks required to do that job. And then we set, at the OSD level, we set the basic level of qualification for the entire force. So having that in place and expanding that to a range is not a difficult process. The process we have to overcome with skills-based hiring is the HR huge process and making sure that we're in alignment legally with all of the Title V restrictions. So that's my number one priority. I have a new hat, the Cyber Academic Engagement Office Director. I'm responsible for all cyber academic engagement between the Department of Defense and academia. That's a huge job. So I'm trying to build that team and get resources to actually do that job. So maturing the CAEO office is my second priority. We're also trying to expand our internship programs and our partnerships with industry and within the federal government and within the department, trying to expand those programs. We have a lot of interest from individuals, a lot of interest from companies, not much interest from supervisors to allow their people to leave or short. And then, of course, I'm also retention and development of the current force is key. So that's what we're working through. Those are my top 5 priorities for 25. And in about November, we'll outbrief the media and the public on how we have done on those priorities.
I'll certainly salute the skills-based orientation. It makes total sense. Next, I'd like to ask, given the administration's push at the same time to reduce the federal workforce, what do you see as the biggest opportunity and maybe the most significant concern, particularly facing DOD's IT departments?
Yeah. So great question. I get this all the time. I was actually here back in March, and I said, I believe we're in a golden age of opportunity. And that was the headline of the article, and it was the last thing I had said in it. But I do believe that. I believe this provides us an opportunity to really fundamentally relook at what we're doing, reprioritize, and do the important things. I don't believe at all that we're in a situation, especially in the Department of War, in cyber, that we're going to do more with less. I think we're going to do more with more. And the more is using technology to get rid of the menial tasks, the admin tasks, the tasks that no one likes to do. We have to automate. And this opportunity, this drawdown, if you will, this cutting provides us that opportunity to, get that sword in the fire and retune it and then resharpen it to be better on the other end. And I fundamentally believe that's what we're actually going through right now, to actually really look at our workforce, look at the missions we're doing, reprioritize, automate the tasks. It's a forcing function to open up this age of opportunity. I tell my entire workforce, I tell them, don't look at this as a negative. Look at this as a positive. What do you want to get done now that you haven't been able to do for a decade? What regulations, what policy, what laws do we need to change in order to actually do our missions more efficiently and actually bring to bear capabilities on the enemy? That's what we're after. And I think this has given us opportunity to do that.
Well, terrific. Mark Gorak, thank you for joining us here at FedTalks and sharing your insights, particularly in kind of bringing up this next generation of IT and AI specialists.
Thank you. Appreciate it.